that came from an obscure Russian website and was somehow magically found by Bellingcat, which is a company that does.
No, it wasn't magically found. Oh my god. But all he had done is take the name of the shooter that was presented by the Texas police, use that to search various social media sites where people who are white supremacists and mass shooters are known to congregate. He had looked through Telegram first. Telegram happens to be the large Russian social media site, before he moved on to the lesser known one that person was using. And that's where he found his social media. This connected his social media to his YouTube channel, where once again, yes, there is symbolism of white supremacy. There are now multiple news agencies that have corroborated all of this evidence as being factual. So you're just lying to defend a Nazi. Oh, I don't know if you saw this. Elon Musk did a whole bunch of weird shit. Did an interview that came out yesterday where he does this like almost 9-second pause to a question and really thinks that he's cooking something up. Just like dead air, and just like for almost 9 seconds or so. 12. It was 12 seconds. Okay, 12 seconds of dead air. And then also was trying to justify the Texas Buffalo shooter once again not being a white supremacist, being like, oh well, we don't fully know about Bellingcat and all that kind of stuff. Anyways, turns out his anti-Semitic stuff that he's been saying about George Soros, he didn't even come up with that. He stole it from the Babylon Bee. Elon Musk apologizes to Magneto for comparing him to George Soros. Huh? Lol. I love it. Good jokes. Soros reminds me of Magneto. I'd like to apologize for this post. It was really unfair. To Magneto, stealing it. Stealing it all.
You do some tweets that seem to be, or at least give support to some who would call others conspiracy theories.
Well, yes, but I mean, honestly, some of these conspiracy theories have turned out to be true.
Which ones?
Okay, good follow-up question.
Well, like the Hunter Biden laptop.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, that was a...
Wait, how is that a conspiracy theory? I mean, are you talking about the fact that Twitter asked a favor on the behalf of Joe Biden? That's the conspiracy theory? Like the Joe Biden political apparatus at the time made a request of Twitter, hey, could you take this down? It also falls under your conditions for posting revenge porn, which it did. And so Twitter was like, we'll oblige you. And then you never really talked about, because Matt Taibbi framed it exactly how you wanted, that at the end of the day, it was actually Donald Trump, who was the president at the time, who was also asking for favors. So, I mean, in terms of that kind of conspiracy, that it was at the highest levels, the government was able to influence Twitter. Well, you mean Donald Trump then? I don't know why. Well, actually, I kind of do. Why you won't name him, but
pretty big deal. There was Twitter and others engaged in active suppression of information that was relevant to the public. That's a
the dong was so relevant to the public conversation. The dong.
terrible thing that happened. That's election interference.
But how do you make?
But it wasn't in this case because they weren't in power at the time. Joe Biden wasn't the president yet. Yeah. So the ones that Donald Trump requested and then got granted, if you want to make that correlation, that would fall under that purview because they were, again, he was the president of the United States.
Make a choice. You don't see, I mean, in terms of when you're going to engage. I mean, for example, even today, Elon, you tweeted this thing about George Soros. Well, I'm looking for it because I want to make sure I quote it properly. But, I mean, you know what you wrote. But you basically...
It reminds me of Magneto. It's just calm down, people. This is not made a federal case out of it.
You also... you said he wants to erode the very fabric of civilization.
Man, billionaires are so weird. They're so strange. Their mannerisms, they're not normal. Billionaire mind, billionaire brain, whatever you want to call it. They all have weird ass laughs. Every single one of them. And laugh at strange moments. And I guess they're just so used to yes men all the time, 24/7. Could you imagine just having this 24/7 series of people who are always like, you're the best, you're awesome, you're always correct, you have such smart ideas, you're so funny, epic meme master, keep doing those epic memes. And so yeah, calling him Magneto in and of itself, who happens, and this was explained to you as well, Mr. Musk, who canonically in the series is a Holocaust survivor, with someone else who is the descendant of Holocaust survivors, and I believe he himself is a Holocaust survivor, is incredibly yikesy. Incredibly yikesy. Yes, deeply anti-Semitic. For you to chose that, and this was pointed out to you in good faith by fucking one of the Krasensteins, who's just so happy. Elon, Just so you know, and I'm the one good lib, just so you know, Magneto actually is, in part of the comics, is a Holocaust survivor, so it's kind of super yikesy for you to be doing this.
Soros hates humanity. Like,
yeah, that one, how are you going to hide from that one, Elon? That one's a lot more, let's just say, front-loaded.
when you do something like that, do you
Yeah, I think that's
about,
true. That's my opinion.
Okay, but why share it? Why share it? Especially, I mean, why share it when people who buy Teslas may not agree with you? Advertisers on Twitter may not agree with you. Why not just say, hey, I think this. You can tell me, we can talk about it over there, you can tell your friends, but why share it widely?
I mean, this is freedom of speech. I'm allowed to say what I want.
You absolutely are, but I'm...
Yeah. This journalist fucking sucks. Hold him to that quote. That quote is very fucking yikes. Like, get him to answer for that quote. Don't get him to be like, well, free speech. Yeah, of course, free speech. You said it. It's out there. It's accessible for free. That's all true. You're a private corporation, Elon. You have decided what is and what is not speech on your platform, as everyone said you would. When it happens to be fucking the government of India suppressing people, you don't get your free speech. When it happens to be Turkey suppressing people, you don't get your free speech anymore. No. We're going to listen to authoritarian regimes. In some cases, authoritarian regimes that are directly targeting Muslim minorities in their country. Yes, Modi. But hey, then Elon Musk's free speech doesn't count anymore, right?
trying to understand why you do, because you have to know it's got a... It puts you in the middle of the partisan divide in the country.
You see what's happened there? He got to walk away from that question. He got to say free speech. And then because of the way he's conducting this interview, he just moved right on and followed that new, okay, let's go with this new line that you've introduced. Okay, let's deflect.
It makes you a lightning rod for criticism. I mean, do you like that? You know, people today are saying he's an anti-Semite. I don't think you are.
No, I'm definitely. I'm like a pro-Semite, if anything.
I believe that probably is the case.
Yes.
But why would you even introduce the idea then?
Yeah, and why are you laughing your ass off at this shit? How do you hear a comment like that? More jokes, the epic meme master.
That would be the case.
I mean, it looks. We don't want to make this a George Soros interview.
No, God, no. I don't want to at all. But what I'm trying, even came up.
Oh my God. Hey, these questions are starting to irk me a little bit. Oh God, no. Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. All right, we are going to change gears, sir. Exactly as you want. This interview is going to be what you want it to be. I'm a journalist.
In the annual meeting, I mean, you know, do your tweets hurt the company? Are there Tesla owners who say, I don't agree with his political position because, and I know it because...
Yeah, don't placate billionaires. They're fucking billionaires. They're going to be fine. Even if they lose lots and lots of money, half their wealth, they're probably still going to be exceptionally fine. They can probably still buy islands and fucking boats the size of cities. You can grill fucking billionaires. He has taught us, especially with this fucking hard open turn to the far right, that yes, they can be just as evil as other fucking far right individuals.
He shares so much of it. Or there are advertisers on Twitter that Linda Yaccarino will come and say, you got to stop, man. Or, you know, I can't get these ads because of some of the things you tweet.
You know, I'm reminded of.
So that was 12 seconds? The official count?
The things you tweet.
233. Oh shit. It is 12 seconds!
You know, I'm reminded of. There's a scene in The Princess Bride. Great movie.
Great movie.
Where he confronts the person who killed his father. And he says, offer me money. Offer me power. I don't care.
How did you let this happen? What excuse for a fucking interview is this? CNBC, you fucking clowns. Yeah, let's go back to the great one.
I don't want to at all, but what I'm trying, even came up though in the annual meeting. I mean, you know, do your tweets hurt the company? Are there Tesla owners who say, I don't agree with his political position because, and I know it because he shares so much of it? Or there are advertisers on Twitter that Linda Yaccarino will come and say, you got to stop, man. Or, you know, I can't get these ads because of some of the things you tweet.
You know, I'm reminded of there's a scene in The Princess Bride. Great movie.
Great movie.
Great movie. Very apt. Very apt. Very, very proud of you, sir, for thinking of that. Yes, this is good. He took 12 seconds to cook, and this is what he came up with.
Where he confronts the person who killed his father.
Lots of memes. So many memes.
And he says, offer me money. Offer me power. I don't care.
So you just don't care. You want to share with...
Yeah, I mean, he has kind of shown that he just does whatever the fuck he wants. He's a dictator of a company, multiple companies, actually. This is just how he operates. He operates like a dictator would. It's why corporations, companies under capitalism shouldn't be structured the way they are, because you get Elon Musk's. But what the fuck is this? That, like, 12 seconds. It took him 12 seconds of like, what's the best way to answer this very serious and important question with a random quote from The Princess Bride, and then it's just met with, oh, so you just don't care. And I bet the right is loving this, aren't they? They're probably playing like God Elon King once again, fucking, that's amazing, 12 seconds, lol.
What you have to say.
I'll say what I want to say, and if the consequence of that is losing money, so be it.
Okay. But I mean, when you link to somebody who's talking about the guy who killed children in a mall in Allen, Texas, and you say something like it might be a bad psyop, I'm not quite sure what you.
He misquoted it too. Does anyone have that clip? I'll play the clip. We can do research with The Princess Bride.
Men, but
offer me money. Yes. Power to promise me that. All that I have and more. Please. Offer me everything I ask for. Anything you want. I want my father back, you son of a bitch.
Well, now it all makes sense. I mean, yes, totally understand what you're talking about, Elon. Definitely not some nonsensical, unrelated part of a movie that doesn't address the actual questions that I'm asking at all. CNBC, you fucking clowns. How can anyone ever take you seriously again? This is so deeply, the whole thing is a fucking, this is not an interview. This is a press release. You are doing a press release for Elon Musk. You're letting him get, and even then, Elon Musk is fucking fumbling it. He's being given a free pass here. He's like, hey, let's not turn this into Soros interview. No, of course, sorry. That's not what I meant to do. Whatever you want, Elon. So let's rewind, because this is the really fucked up part, where it kind of stops being the epic
children
memes.
In a mall in Allen, Texas, and you say something like it might be a bad psyop. I'm not quite sure what you meant, but.
Oh, in that particular case, there was somehow that's not that that obviously people were killed, but it was, I think, incorrectly ascribed to be a white supremacist act.
No. Even the Texas police have revealed that he had a swastika tattoo. It's now been confirmed by multiple news agencies that that was his social media account, where he was, yes, a white fucking supremacist. He was an out and proud white supremacist who espoused white supremacist shit. He had an SS and a swastika tattoo. He had memes about how there's there's two courses before him. One was either to imitate black people, the other one was to become a white supremacist. That was him in his own words. He said that one of his posts, his anti-LGBTQ plus one, was inspired by libs and TikTok, and he ends that one by saying HH.
And the evidence for that was some obscure Russian website that no one's ever heard of, that had no followers.
Okay, so just because you haven't heard of a website does not invalidate that website existing. And it has now been confirmed and verified that that was where he was posting his social media posts, because the things that he posted on social media, such as venerating other mass shooters, fantasizing and talking about other mass shootings, venerating things like white supremacy, the superiority of the white race, now he has to subjugate other races and tons and shit like that. That stuff is going to get you roasted on Facebook. It's going to get you roasted on, you might even get you roasted on Twitter. I mean, maybe not these days. You definitely have turned it into fucking, you know, $8 Nazi-chan. But yeah, that's the reason why he was doing that. It doesn't invalidate suddenly that was his social media post because you don't know about that social media site, or you think it's too obscure to warrant fucking being real. That doesn't make it not real. That doesn't make it a conspiracy theory. He is spreading really fucked up, dangerous conspiracies right now. Again, why are you defending a white supremacist? Why would anyone do that? Why would anyone want to defend and stand up for a white supremacist, or try and say that, oh, this isn't actually white supremacy, or this actually isn't a mass shooter who's inspired by that, unless you're trying to protect white supremacists?
And the company that found this is Bellingcat.
Right.
And do you know what Bellingcat does? PSYOPs.
Right. I couldn't really even follow.
Again, you're continuing to propagate a conspiracy theory about a mass shooter that is very easily debunkable at this time. Like, you can skip the Bellingcat stuff if you want. Skip all the social media posts. The Texas police have revealed that he has a swastika tattoo. Is that part of the PSYOP too? Did they tattoo that on him before? How long has this been planned? How long has the PSYOP been in works? How long has it been, you know, how many years have they been posting social media posts as him, or training him to do that, or forcing him to do that?
Exactly what it was you were trying to express there, so that's in part why I was curious.
I'm saying that I thought the ascribing it to white supremacy was bullshit.
Okay.
And that the information for...
Yeah, but you're wrong. You are so fucking wrong about this. So again, you're just continuing to spread a fucking dangerous conspiracy theory to defend a Nazi.
That came from an obscure Russian website and was somehow magically found by Bellingcat, which is a company that does...
No, it wasn't magically found. Oh my god. What the journalist for Bellingcat did is something that people can do with open fucking information. It requires a little bit of sleuthing. Yes, you may have to spend some time, but all he had done is take the name of the shooter that was presented by the Texas police, use that to search various social media sites where people who are white supremacists and mass shooters are known to congregate. He had looked through Telegram first. Telegram happens to be the large Russian social media site, before he moved on to the lesser known one that person was using, and that's where he found his social media. This connected his social media to his YouTube channel, where once again, yes, there is fucking symbolism and shit of white supremacy. There are now multiple news agencies that have fucking corroborated all of this evidence as being factual. So you're just fucking lying to defend a Nazi.
PSYOPs.
And there's no proof, by the way, that he was not.
There's no... I would say that there's no proof that he is.
Overwhelming. Over fucking an unreal amount of proof that he is. Like, that's why I drew this, like, as quickly as I could, drew the sketch when I saw this for the first time. I am a Nazi. I believe in the superiority of the white race. I want to subjugate other inferior races beneath me because I am a Nazi. We'll never truly know or understand his motives. Because, like, again, what do you have to do at this point? What do they have to do to fucking get it? And the answer is they do get it. They're intentionally trying to downplay the severity of this. They're intentionally trying to be like, well, at the end of the day, we don't truly know what the shooter believes. Bellingcat is a PSYOP. Who knows? Apparently, he was like a fan of Tim Pool or something. I don't know. It's all wild. It's all wild.
And that's a debate you want to get into on Twitter?
Lance, is there a video of the killer revealing? There was. If it still exists, it's going to be on one of those obscure websites. I think it would be super TOS-y for me to show it, but I did see it. I watched it before, because the Bellingcat journalist had found his socials before the fucking, high ups at YouTube knew about it to shut it down. Now the channel is obviously deleted because it, belonged to a mass shooter. But the video was of him wearing a scream mask, then taking the scream mask off, and the thumbnail was like an emoji of Hitler, and taking the scream mask off, and then being, not what you expected, is it? Yeah.
Yes. Because we should not be ascribing things to white supremacy if it's false.
Okay. Can we talk?
So, yeah, within this 5-minute clip, you've got Elon Musk doubling down on very anti-Semitic tropes and stereotypes towards, George Soros, propagating the George Soros conspiracy theory. When questioned about the George Soros conspiracy theory and why he's doing this and what people in his company may be thinking about him, tweeting out all these really, really offensive or wild conspiracy theories, doing the 12-minute pause and then randomly referencing fucking The Princess Bride when it really has no pertinence to the conversation at all, and then moving that to fucking doubling down and running cover for a fucking neo-Nazi mass shooter. In 5 minutes. All in fucking 5 minutes. Sorry, 12 seconds. 12 seconds, 12 seconds, not 12 minutes. Factually incorrect there. He needs to defend white supremacy because he's built and uphold the structures that have helped and continue to provide power to people like Elon Musk. This is true. Sociologist is spouting facts. 12 seconds. 12 seconds. Otherwise, I was half decent in my delivery there.
Do you enjoy the Serfs but prefer not to have to use your eyeballs? Many are saying this. Well, we've got the solution for you. It's the Serf Times in podcast form. Available on most major podcasting networks now. If you enjoy it, please consider leaving a good review and feedback because it really helps the show out, apparently, and it's free, just like the podcast.
To our gods, Xander Corvus and Peyton L. Juste, we shall spend many a generations building mighty cathedrals in your honor. To our monarch, Tom Spiker, we are but your oafish jesters, here to offer you a laugh at any opportunity. To our brave knights of the Round Table, Rachel K., Izzy Solidarity, Victoria Bell, Sebastian Demel, Mark Harmon, Benji Arney, Scary Earth Human, Tony, DM Rivera, Resident Scarecrow, Sir Nickus, Cheryl Alvarez, Ruby Kelly, Brandon, Words Greenwood, Everything Important, Hegbert Celine, Matthew Scarborough, Stellar Vision, Ariane McCarthy, Doug Cady, Daniel Sutton, Jenna Tao, Dark Puppy, Quiet One 85, Anna Loves Riley, Omni, Riley and Anna, Poodlehawk, Multimondi, Trevbot EXE, Brian Ephraim, Anthropophojack, Catherine, Ramon Acosta, Incosin, Ralph Parler, Violent Orchard, Political Puppy, La Media Panza, Todd Buckingham, and Todd La Jeunesse. We salute our valiant heroes off to fight injustice everywhere.